What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, if we go back to early 2024 and before the announcement of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, which really changed the discourse surrounding Avengers 5 and 6, there was a theory going around about the Avengers characters creating a basic one-to-one for the Infinity Stones, lining up characters like Scarlet Witch with the Reality Stone, not only the same color in red, but also basically the same abilities, and the same could be said for Loki himself, green like the Time Stone with the ability to travel up and down the time stream, and now in the center of all of the timelines. However, we never covered that theory at the channel, mostly because to me, there always seemed to be holes in it. It was really hard to apply the Soul Stone. Yes, I know we have Adam Warlock, but in the context of the movies, not the comics, that doesn't really make any sense. And there wasn't a full development of the characters at that point. Let's face it, a lot has happened right here at the end of the Multiverse Saga with characters like Sentry and Franklin Richards. But now this theory is back, but it's changed a little bit with obvious updates. It's made its rounds even from Twitter scoosters as a sort of plot leak, but really it's still just the same theory with additions and updates based on what we know now about Doom and the new characters, and this time around it makes a lot more sense. We're going to break down the theory that Doom is using specific characters and from the Multiverse Saga to create a one-to-one for the Infinity Stones, and at the same time play out a creationism metaphor where in 6 days he builds Battleworld and on the 7th day he rests. We're breaking it all down, this latest theory that there's a character per Infinity Stone and what Doom is looking to do with each of those characters, how they all contribute to make Battleworld in their own specific way. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. Thanks to everyone who's been subbing lately and helped grow the channel. You guys are awesome. We're growing again at a breakneck pace. If you haven't already, I would just kindly invite you to do so, whether it's your first time finding us or you've been watching my content for a while. It's the best way to support us by being a sub and leaving a comment. You'll also be entered for all the giveaway stuff. Stick around to the end of the video. We get into the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so depending on where you may have seen this theory already posted or whether you source it on Reddit or social media, it's making its rounds. People are changing it a little bit, but about 99% of it is the same, and it goes like this. Doom is going to need 7 days to create Battleworld. In a direct metaphor from the creationism in Book of Genesis, where God needed 6 days to create the earth, on the 7th day he rested. Apparently Dr. Doom is going to do the same thing. He's going to need 6 days with 6 heroes to create Battleworld, and on the 7th day rest on his throne over Battleworld, the same throne that presumably Loki is sitting on now. Now, incidentally, 6 days to make the world, 7th day to rest. There are 6 Infinity Stones, and each one of those days is going to line up with a specific character and a specific stone for the power he needs to help him create Battleworld. The first is said to be manipulating Franklin Richards to create a primordial space for the new universe. Basically Franklin Richards with the Fantastic Four, blue to match the Space Stone, and he's going to be the one who creates the space for Battleworld. Now on day 2, he would go after Galactus, who is purple to match the Power Stone, and it's his cosmic energy or cosmic power plus his technology to both create and engineer Battleworld. Now on the 3rd day, the Soul Stone is being attributed to Peter Parker, some sort of universal anchor being, or at least the anchor being in the 616, the soul to be sacrificed in order to capture the souls for Battleworld. And like I said, 99% of this seems to be the same from theory to theory, no matter where it's written, but I've also seen the Soul Stone as part of this theory being attributed to Shang-Chi's 10 rings in Miss Marvel's bangles, but where that's written, it's said to basically help Doom channel the energy needed to do all this. Doesn't really relate to the Soul Stone in any way. We'll get back to that. Now this next one is interesting with Sentry as a sit-in for the Mind Stone. While it's being reported, again, even in these theories where they're written that it's basically he wants to capture Sentry to power the core of Battleworld, it's also being said that his ability to create the void within characters' minds will be used and harnessed basically like a hard drive for consciousness, and in that way perhaps play the sit-in for the Mind Stone. It's also said that he'd manipulate Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, whose power is red and does absolutely replicate the Reality Stone, to do just that, warp reality, and that ultimately he would steal Loki's power to control time, in a metaphor for the obvious Time Stone, and be able to trigger the final incursion, the event that destroys the multiverse, allowing him on day 7 to take the throne that Loki's now on and rest sitting over Battleworld as God Emperor Doom. Okay, so while I think this theory may be a little more plausible as an upgrade, I think it falls down in the exact same place we did the first time around, and why we never covered this theory at the channel, trying to match up the heroes with the Infinity Stones. I do not believe Marvel Studios wants to rehash that or basically make another version of that for Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. I think they're trying to do something completely different. I also have a problem with a lot of the pairings. And again, we looked at that theory back in the day over a year ago, and we had different heroes attributed to the stones. For instance, I think Monica Rambeau is a very obvious stand-in for the Space Stone when she got her power from the Tesseract in the first place, and blue seems to be the color of her power as well. And I think that you can go down the line with other characters, but where this theory and that theory both fall down is they are referencing characters that we do not think will be in Avengers Doomsday. Number one, it's pretty much confirmed Scarlet Witch is dead in the MCU. It's not pretty much confirmed, it is confirmed. She is gone. So unless Marvel Studios is going to pluck a variant of her from across the multiverse, unless Elizabeth Olsen is lying about not being involved at all right now, she's not in the movie. The same goes for Tom Holland's Peter Parker, where we have it on good word and from two trusted industry insiders that Tom Holland is not in Avengers Doomsday, which means that Spider-Man can't be the Soul Stone and Wanda Maximoff can't be the Reality Stone. And for that matter, lining up the Mind Stone with Sentry, I think, is an absolute stretch at best, and the Soul Stone replicating whatever is going on with Shang-Chi and Ms. Marvel with their artifacts really doesn't make any sense either. Then there's the problem of Galactus, who I do emphatically think that Marvel Studios will bring back in the future of the franchise. There's too much history between him and Franklin Richards. That's why they just basically displaced him in the 818, and they didn't actually defeat him. I do think there will be a return of Galactus. I would just bet against it being soon, definitely not before the end of the Multiverse saga and in Avengers Secret Wars or Doomsday. So that said, so much of this is a stretch, or rather a reach, to try to make this theory work. It felt the same way the first time last year, and that's why we never covered it at the channel. Now, for a second, I definitely need to play devil's advocate, because as much as I'm saying that Marvel Studios probably doesn't want to rehash the whole Infinity Stones thing and do something completely different, I do have to mention that at the end of the Jonathan Hickman 2015 run, spoiler warning in case you're not familiar with that story, the ghost of Doctor Strange gifts Black Panther and Namor two things. One is a device to travel, the other is a fully loaded Infinity Gauntlet. And it is that fully loaded Infinity Gauntlet that Black Panther wears to lead a horde of Marvel zombies against God Emperor Doom and defeat him. And the reason I think that this is worth bringing up, and even though I sincerely think Marvel wants to go away from the Infinity Stones of it all, we do have a Marvel Zombie series that just went live on Disney Plus, and a lot of rumors about Damson Idris coming to be the brand new T'Challa or Prince Toussaint, whatever they want to do with that character, whether he's from the multiverse or actually Black Panther's son now grown up and aged forward in time when we get to Battleworld. And they are really setting it up that, well, it wouldn't be completely out of left field. There's canon to support it all now. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. I'm sure some of you have heard this theory back in the day and now seen it again. What do you think of it? And if you do think it holds water, who do you have for some of these Infinity Stones that make a lot more sense than the obviously absent Scarlet Witch and Galactus? I'm all ears as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, so we are going to be doing the same PS5 drop for every Marvel project next year, TV and movies alike, but that doesn't start up with Wonder Man until January. So throughout the rest of the year, we're going to start up some Marvel giveaways. We've got variant comics, other stuff. We'll do some at the end of the month around Thanksgiving. We'll also do it in December. We will also be giving away tickets for Avatar Fire and Ash, mostly because I know all of us want to go see the supposed Doomsday trailer in theaters. That being said, super simple to be entered to win for any of the giveaways. All you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. Best way to keep up with the content is to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. Find me on all other platforms with original music under the name All Fires. Catch my band All Fires live in Tampa in a couple of weeks on November 15th. There's a link down in the description and comments. For those of you who have already gotten your tickets and messaged me, can't wait to meet you guys. I will be doing a casual meet and greet right when doors open at 7:30. I will see you guys there. For the rest of you, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.